Well, hello and welcome to this midday market mood check with me, Nandita, Khemka, and my colleague Yatin Mota. Well, Yatin, the story is the same. Another day, same story. We have completely fizzled out from the day's high. The complexion of the market has completely changed. It's midday, and this is what happens every day. I prepare for this link in a certain way, and then I have to, speak on my own when we start. So, today, when you look at the markets, of course, Nifty has slipped below that 17,000 mark. But important to note that the IT basket is still standing out. Among the top Nifty gainers, we had HCL Tech and Infosys. Nestle was another counter that was gaining. Autos were not doing all that well in today's market. But in fact, even Nifty Bank has slipped into the red as we speak. But another thing I want to really speak about is TCS, of course. Stunning exit. Nobody was even nobody was expecting that something like this will happen, given the fact that Rajesh Gopinathan's tenure was extended last year itself, right? So this did take the markets by surprise, and because of that, TCS is in the green, in the red rather. No knee-jerk reaction, but it's still trading flat with a negative bias. When it comes to Rajesh Gopinathan, it's a day of mixed feelings for him.
Sure.
He said that he's been doing the same thing for the last 40 years. In fact, something that we all feel almost every other day. So he has decided to take a break. But K. Krithivasan, he will be taking over. He's the CEO designate, and there was a press conference today where Krithi had said that there will be no strategy reboot as such, and of course since that internal person will be taking over, there won't be any such major disruption
and I think he heads the largest vertical of TCS, which is
BPCL.
So I think markets are comfortable of he coming in and replacing Mr. Gopinathan. So I think market has really appreciated. Not a big correction on TCS, which we expected that it might take a dip because of the surprise factor.
We were expecting a sentimental hit at least.
I think the investors have realized it that there is no panic in the market as such after this big exit which has happened.
That's good. Let's do one thing. We had cut to the press conference that happened in the morning. Let's listen in to what both Rajesh Gopinathan and Krithivasan had to say in the press conference today.
From a BFSI perspective, we will think to go look at the plans. We will discuss with the team. We'll discuss with Rajesh and Chandra and how we have to handle that. You'll get to hear sooner than later. Okay, but again, the point I want to stress is TCS has always been an organization built on continuous evolutionary approach, and we had great set of leaders coming in from, and we've been blessed with a one team culture where associates are always willing to step in for the sake of organization. So we'll look at what is the best way. There are so many leaders available for us. We will look at what is the best way to reorganize ourselves as required. And again, like Rajesh was mentioning for some other question, we don't expect any dramatic change in terms of how we are going to reorganize.
I can't tell you how happy and light I feel. It is it's amazing. Till a week back, it was all consuming, and in the last 48 hours, it's just completely liberating. I have no clue what I'm going to do, but I'm just in a very different space, and very, very happy, and looking forward to that. To actually doing that reset. Coming to the options that you laid out, first of all, as I said, I have no clue, but it will be very interesting. Long back, long before I owned a car, I used to walk on the roads and with an attitude that car kharida, road thodi na kharidi hai, so I can walk away anywhere. When you start driving a car, you have a different perspective about pedestrians. Similarly, when it comes to advisors, when I was in an operating role, I used to hate advisors of all forms, completely, straight out. So it will be interesting. Maybe now I might be, the one great advisor that the world is waiting for, and similarly on all the others. So, I'll have to develop a different perspective, and we'll see what happens.
So that was the management of TCS, which spoke in the press conference about the appointment of the new CEO and the exit of the CEO, Mr. Gopinathan. And Nandita, in his tenure, we had 4 buybacks and a bonus issue for TCS, and buybacks were to the tune of 16,000 crores each year. And the last year, which was March 22, The buyback size was 18,000 crores. So the shareholders and Tata Sons both have been rewarded smartly because in Gopinathan's tenure, the share price CAGR was almost 22%.
Yeah.
So I think investors are happy during his tenure. Let's see how the new CEO designate really performs. But coming back to the markets, yes, we are in the red, slipping below that 17,000 mark on the Nifty. Things were looking stable for the markets, but yes, at higher levels, there is sell-off which is coming in the markets. Advance decline ratio today is 3:2. For 3 advances, there are 2 declines. Let's talk about the movers and shakers in trade today. Jubilant Pharma, that stock is up 10%. Lakshmi Chemicals, JBM Auto, KPIT Technologies. So the HNI favorite mid-cap stocks are moving in trade. Losing side, we have Patanjali, which has lost another 5% after yesterday the stock exchanges froze the promoters' shareholding because they are non-compliant with respect to the public shareholding norms. Z, they denied the settlement with IndusInd Bank. That stock is down 3.5%. PFC, REC among the other losers which are moving in trade. But yes, the stock of the day is TCS, down by only 7 rupees. No big reaction coming in there. However, the IT index, Nandita, is up today almost 1.5% odd. But today, some pressure on the banking side, some pressure on big boy Reliance Industries, HDFC Bank, HDFC Twins, to be specific. In general, muted trading activity. Yesterday was, the Nifty, Bank Nifty weekly expiry. So we could expect some volatility, but today also is no different than yesterday. Volatility is there. Trade carefully with stop losses if you are a trader, and obviously if you are long-term investors, the expert stock is that you can probably look at accumulating in small and tiny bits, because March and usually you can do staggered investments both in mutual funds and in the markets. But do always consult your expert and SEBI registered advisor for further reference for your portfolios.
Right, some other stocks I want to mention, since we are talking about some of these mid-cap movers, defense stocks are in focus, of course, after the defense ministry has cleared orders worth over 70,000 crore rupees, and a big chunk of it has gone to HCL. So that stock is up somewhere around 4%. GMR Airports also in focus. The board will be meeting and deciding on fundraise tomorrow. And because of that, and KPIT you mentioned, it's up another 6% after its tie-up with Honda. Aside of that, some of the other Nifty losers, if I may mention, ITC is another one that is that was among the top Nifty losers. Eicher Motors, as I mentioned, Autopack was under pressure today. BPCL, it saw crude comfort was the top Nifty gainer yesterday, but crude has rebounded and BPCL has also cooled off a little bit. So yes, volatility, as Yatin mentioned, has been a name of the game this entire week, and in fact even last few weeks if you see. So we'll have to see how we shut shop. I mean, Nifty is again back in the green as I am looking at the screen. 16,900 or 990 thereabouts, looking to reclaim that 17,000 mark. So let's see where we shut shop, but I think that's it from us. We have covered almost all the stocks that are buzzing in trade today, but Yatin will be back, of course, with in fact towards the end of the session to take you through how the market shut shop for the day. But for now, it's from me and Yatin, it's a goodbye, and wishing you all a very happy Friday.